Dragons are a concept that have existed in cultures from all over the world. No real surprise, since they are a staple of myth and legend alongside creatures such as goblins and griffins. That said, the only true dragon in the real world is the Komodo dragon, and I can say that this giant venomous lizard is more than enough. But really, any area of mythology across the globe has some kind of dragon or dragon-like creatures in their legends. The Aztecs had Quetzalcoatl, the Polish had Smock, also known as the Wawel dragon, and the Japanese had Ryu, and Mizuchi, and Chusei-bora. Okay, Japan had a lot of dragons. But less than a decade ago, dragons were no longer beasts of fiction. In 2015, a fossil from China was described and revealed what may very well be one of the strangest dinosaurs ever found. This was Yiqi, a real-life, wyvern. Yeah, you thought I didn't know any lore on dragons, did you? Well, you'd be wrong. But first, let's cover what this animal is and what makes it so unique. Yiqi was a Scansoriopterygid theropod from the Jurassic period.
I don't get it.
This just means that Yiqi was in a really weird family of theropods. Among the smallest kinds of theropods, the largest Scansoriopterygids grew no larger than a pigeon. All members of this family also share similar features to one another: tall skulls, peg-like teeth, long display feathers on their tail, and most importantly, elongated fingers. For the longest time, no one knew the exact use of these fingers in these animals, until our wyvern-esque friend was discovered. Yiqi was notable for having the same elongated fingers as well as body and tail feathers. However, it differed from its relatives in the presence of an elongated wrist bone and wings. Connected to these fingers and this wrist bone were bat-like wing membranes. In fact, these wings gave the animal its name, as Yiqi means strange wing in Mandarin. Further discoveries, such as the closely related Ambopteryx, confirmed the presence of these wings in the Scansoriopterygids. However, whether these animals could utilize power flight or could just glide from tree to tree is kind of unknown at the moment. But for as weird as they are, this isn't the first time these kinds of wings evolved in vertebrates. The pterosaurs that already shared the skies with Yiqi also possess similar wing membranes. But how did two totally different groups of animals evolve similar features? Well, this is through a process called convergent evolution. This is where one animal will evolve similar traits to another for a similar reason. This is why bats and whales both utilize echolocation, or why giant pandas have a false thumb that is similar to those of primates. With these copycat wings, Yiqi would have soared through the forests of Jurassic China. When it was alive, the strange wing would have nested in trees such as ginkgos and conifers, and would likely feed on insects on the ground and among the branches it lived in. The subtropical region that Yiqi lived in was also populated by a menagerie of lizards, mammals, Paravian dinosaurs, fish, salamanders, and pterosaurs. Alongside our draconic friend, the closely related Scansoriopteryx and Epidexipteryx thrived in the trees, meaning that these animals adapted to living alongside one another with seemingly no competition. However, the bizarre adaptations in Scansoriopterygids were not long-lasting. The range of these animals only lasts from the middle to late Jurassic, and there's likely a simple reason as to why. They were inadequate. Numerous paleontologists have brought up how their flying capabilities were not as good as the birds and pterosaurs around them. So, these guys were essentially the pandas of theropods, in that they were not as fit for survival as other animals that were related to them. As time went on, competition and potentially the arrival of new predators drove the last Scansoriopterygids into extinction. Yiqi, in a way, faced a similar fate to that of the fictional dragons that it resembled. Once magnificent during their heyday, but dethroned and forgotten to history. But that is the end of the line for this video. Don't forget to like and comment on this video, as it lets YouTube know that people like this stuff and want to see more. Also, good God, you guys have not let up since the last video. I was at 281 subscribers last video, and you guys have not stopped. Thank you all so much, and I'll try to upload more and more for you all. Well, that's it for now. See you around.